All right, everyone. This is a new podcast starting out right now. It's called The Right Tracks. It's a little mini-sode off of the Philosophy podcast. We got another one with Ant as a host who's doing a lot of sports. So, since I'm not big into sports, I decided to make one for music. And I'm joined with two other people that are not a part of the main podcast. They're just people who I enjoy talking music with. So, one of them is Atlas, and the other is MadAng. So you might know MadAng because he has a YouTube channel. It's picking up speed, and he's got a lot of followers. But Atlas is just a stranger to everyone. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick, and we get to talking about some music shit.
All right, cool. My name's Angelo from South Philly. Some bands I listen to: Metallica, Slayer, Gojira. I even like some of the lighter shit, like Michael Jackson. All different genres, really. And yeah, it's me.
Well, my name's Atlas. The reason why they call me Atlas because I'm like 6'2", 300 pounds, weightlifter. But I probably got into metal music. My father, he grew up in the 70s and 80s, so Metallica, Pantera, he saw them all live back in those days. And the only music I listen to is probably heavy metal, country. Probably about it. It's about expected.
Cool.
I think the
Yeah, I
majority
like.
of people got into music from their parents, like metal anyway. Especially the fathers, just spreading the good word of metal.
Yeah, is that how you got into it, James?
Yeah, I grew up with the Beatles and Metallica, so.
All right, that's a good start. Yeah, a lot of parents like Beatles.
Yeah, that's my mom. My dad was more into Slayer, Megadeth, the Big Four, and all that shit.
Yeah,
So he's like that.
Megadeth.
It's more try and be more heavy. The Beatles are.
Yeah. And the older you get, the heavier you get.
Yeah, you do. You're just like, well, now I can listen to this shit.
Yeah, it opens doors to other bands. Now, like even now, I'm looking for heavier and heavier. Like, how heavy can I get?
Have you heard?
You know what I mean?
Have you heard of Trivium?
Yeah, I love Trivium.
Yeah, I just started listening to them. They got some heavy shit. Like right out the gate, they just start smacking you in the fucking face.
Oh yeah, some of their shit's crazy. Like, I like that album Shogun a lot. If you ever heard that, check that out.
I think the one I've been listening to is Brave the Storm or something with Vengeance or something.
Oh yeah, Vengeance Falls. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah,
one.
yeah. That one. That one's pretty. That one's solid. I can listen to that to a few times a day and then annoy my neighbors.
They put a album. They were screaming when they first came out, and then they
Mhm.
put an album out called The Crusade, and they stopped.
Mhm.
And it sounded just like kind of like Injustice for All, and everybody was bitching, saying they were trying to be the next Metallica. So
No.
they stopped, and then they went back to the screaming. They
I
were
mean,
trying to break out of that like metalcore scene that was going on back then.
yeah. I don't know. Matt Heffy, he's got some good vocals. I didn't really listen to the screaming stuff. He doesn't really scream as much on the Vengeance Falls, but he's got a good voice.
Yeah, yeah. He changes it up from album to album.
Yeah. Shit. Uh, all right. So, what else? What can we start rolling off this ball with? Trying to figure out.
Well, since we all love Metallica, what was your first introduction to Metallica?
It's got to be Injustice for All. That album, I can still just listen to constantly. I can just put that on repeat, and I'll be happy. If that was the only album I could choose throughout the
It
only
is, yeah.
yeah, I could listen to that one.
It's ridiculous. It's so good. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. From Blackened to Dyer's Eve, it's just great.
That part at the end of Blackened, that's I go crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's so good. So good.
All right, Atlas. What's your top Metallica album that got you started with Metallica? Come on.
Well, probably Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
That's amazing too.
I mean, my dad saw them live when they first started out.
Wow,
So,
lucky bastard.
I know. I would love that.
Well, his eardrums were completely busted.
I
But
don't give a fuck.
His friend was just happy. My dad had a headache for a week.
Worth it.
Worth it.
He probably saw them back like in those little places. Was it that long? Like when before it was like arenas?
Yeah, it was show. I think he got to meet Lars, the drummer.
Damn, man.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous of your dad. I would love to see them back in the day.
Well, yeah, my dad grew up in the greatest timeline, I think. 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Listen, I was born in the 90s, but I was raised in the 80s.
Yeah, you do got an old soul, I could tell.
Yeah. I don't know if that's
you
an
like
insult.
All the old shit. Well, I mean, musically, you like all the old shit.
Yeah. Like, what was it? This past September, I saw Judas Priest live.
Oh yeah, how was that?
That was awesome, man. Because they were touring for their, well, they did a lot of the new stuff from the newest album, Firepower, and the way they opened was just fucking awesome.
Yeah, they got a good stage show.
Oh yeah, they definitely do, especially when Rob pulls out that motorcycle.
There's a video of him on YouTube falling off of it. You seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that one. Oh god. So I guess we've all seen have all of us been to at least one heavy metal concert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've only been to Judas Priest. That was really the only one I've seen. I wanted to see Slayer before they retired, but I couldn't. I didn't have the time or the money. But what was your favorite band to see live out of the ones you did see?
I gotta say Metallica. Even though I was 1,000 miles away, it's Metallica.
Oh.
When the lights go out and Ecstasy of Gold comes on, like you get chills.
Yeah. Was it How far away from the stage were you?
I was pretty far. Like they look like little ants on the stage.
Bet you could really hear them though then.
Oh yeah. The sound was great. You could feel the fire from where I was, with the pyro and all that.
Yeah.
Like, man, imagine how hot it is down there.
Atlas, how about you?
There was this black metal band from Sweden at the county fair they did.
I think that's the only kind of bands they have in Sweden.
Yeah, it is. They're huge.
Do you remember the name of the band?
Waiting. Yeah,
Waiting.
W-A-I-T-A-I. Yeah.
Wow.
Did they have like the full black metal get up on?
Oh, you name it. Yeah, spreading animal parts over the fan.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, some of them bands are scary as shit.
You know who they had as bodyguard?
Wait, what?
Say that again?
Guess who they had the bodyguards? The Hells Angels. The Hells Angels were their bodyguards.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Well, that's a good bodyguard. Nobody's gonna mess with you.
Shit, they might have just ran into the mods just for their own fucking fun.
6'8", 400 pounds, I think the biggest one was.
Damn, it's like the Undertaker.
So tall he's blocking the stage, can barely see the sacrifice.
What are you talking about? I got punched. I got that poor kid. He got tackled.
Damn.
But that was my younger youth. I don't go to concerts anymore. It's not worth it. I'll get punched and then I'll probably kill somebody.
I guess it would depend on the band that you're gonna go see, because some of them, I'll take a punch. I don't care. I was there. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes you want to just headbang and watch the show. You don't feel like jumping on top of someone.
Yeah, I know.
I'm more that guy than the mosher guy.
Yeah, that's why I'm exactly like now. It's the lawn chair guy with the water in my hand and just saying "woohoo" way in the back.
Yeah. Like I came to watch the band, not jump around with some guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Not being the WWF.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
fucking body slamming people. Like, come on, man.
Last year I went to the Slipknot show and some
Oh,
guy like
God.
almost died. They were trying to pick him up and then everybody was crowding around. I was like, Lord, he ruined the
Wow.
whole night.
I heard on one of those one of the concerts where someone was getting badly hurt and Corey Taylor actually stopped the show so they can get the
Oh,
guy to
yeah.
an ambulance.
Yeah, because it's when people are all crowded around like that, it's hard to even find who's hurt.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if they're still stomping on the guy's head.
I know. And he's probably the one who started the pit.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just say if you plan to attend, I can't say Slayer anymore because they're retired. It was either Slayer or them types of bands or Slipknot. You're guaranteed to get into a fight with someone.
Yeah. You know what's surprising? When Volbeat played there too, Volbeat's pit was heavier than Slipknot's.
Really?
And if you ever heard of them, they're not that heavy.
I mean, I got a few albums by Volbeat. They're all right, but I
Yeah,
heard they got a lot of hate.
I can't listen to them all the time. I got to be in that kind of mood.
Mm-hmm. There is one song that's always nice. It's Still Counting.
Yeah, he's got a really good voice. Can't deny that.
Yeah, he's got a good voice, but that's Still Counting by Volbeat is just one song you can just put on and walk down the street with it in any kind of mood.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys think Slayer are really retired forever?
Um,
Hell
I,
no.
I know Kerry
no.
King is going to do stuff with Phil from Pantera, and
Yeah.
you know Gary Holt's got Exodus still, and Paul, I guess he just floats around, but I think Tom is actually serious. I mean, you never know because Kiss is on their like 15th final tour, so
Yeah.
they might come back. Who knows? Or Tom might do some solo shit. Who knows? But I've seen that last concert on YouTube, and he seemed very content with his decision to retire.
Yeah,
He had a lot of
I agree with that.
he had a lot of back problems anyway, so I think he just accepted the fact that he can't do it forever.
Yeah, and he wants to spend time with his family and all. He's been
Mhm.
doing it forever.
Yeah, unlike Kerry King, who doesn't really have kids or anything.
Yeah, he's one of them. He's just gonna. I know he's not gonna stop.
No,
Guaranteed.
he'll stop when his head rolls off from headbanging. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
We're having a massive heart attack from cholesterol.
He can't hold his chains up no more.
They're plastic. He doesn't use real ones anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he stopped them because they were tearing up his guitars. Plus, they were heavy.
Oh, yeah. They're like real. If they were real, they would be heavy.
If you find any older videos of him of the concerts, basically if he has hair, he was using the real chains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always weird to me seeing him with hair. I'm
Yeah.
used to the bald version of him.
Yeah, when I first listened to or at least seen pictures of Slayer, it was the newer ones when he was bald and he's got tattoos all over his face. And I seen older pictures and like, did they do a lineup change? Like, who are these fucking people?
Yeah. It looks like his head got. What's that?
With their long Fabio hair, and they're about $150 soaking wet.
Yeah. There's an old live video of Hella Waits, and it's badass.
Yeah,
High quality and all.
really. I got a few concert DVDs of them. I think it was Warfield. I got the Big Four DVD, and I got another
I
one.
want that.
That one's good.
I always watch the behind the scenes of that on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it. It's the Anthrax. I think Anthrax was did a better show visually than Megadeth on that.
Not really.
Oh yeah, they did.
I-
They were a lot crazier. I mean, I know that's what Anthrax is known for, being crazy on stage. But usually, Dave Mustaine's a little bit more like talkative or interactive with the audience, or he just usually has like an attitude. You can hear an attitude in his voice, but in that
Yeah.
one, I'm not sure because I think it was raining, so I'm not sure if he just played the songs and got it done, or he was just in a real bad mood. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
I know
Anthrax was good on that.
he's not a huge fan of Metallica.
No, I think they
'Cause of-
made. I think they made up. I think they're.
Yeah. More than before. I remember for a while he was always saying something negative.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A couple decades of grudges and hate towards each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Had to be towards like the early 2000s where they made amends or at least cleared the air with each other.
The one thing about Megadeth, I don't like the way he sings at all. That keeps me from really loving them.
Have you listened to the new stuff? Like
Here and
Dystopia?
there, a little bit, not enough.
Dystopia is a good album. I like it. It's real. It's nice and heavy. The production, the quality is just amazing on it. Especially the drums. You feel that double bass fucking blowing out your eardrums.
I'll check it out. I think the drummer from Lamb of God was on that album.
I think so, and I think I know their drummer died. He had a heart attack.
I know he did one of their newer albums. I think it's that one.
I think it was. I can look it up. So Atlas, have you ever dabbled in the Megadeth scene, or do you just stick with like?
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, Megadeth. I really like the '80s Megadeth before they all went all religious shit. I mean, that's probably like the bands like Wasp and Megadeth. They don't really like each other anymore because they're all spirituality. They believe in Jeebus or whatever that is. So
Who knows? Well, in this, he hasn't really talked more religious. At least I haven't seen Dave Mustaine go in that musically in that way. He has been I think he's been singing more about his life experiences and what he's been dealing with and shit. Because I know before he recorded the new album, because I know it's done and they're going to release it, I think, next year. He was in the middle of fighting throat cancer, so.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
yeah, that's pretty bad. Crap.
So do you guys like any like softer stuff like Nirvana or
Yeah, I can
who
listen.
else?
I can listen to Nirvana. Who else? Oh,
Never heard
Puddle
of it.
Puddle of Mud.
I used to love them.
I got their.
Back-
I got one album, Unclean or whatever it is. That's a nice album. That's a good one. Nice.
That has like blurry on it.
I
I
think
think.
it's got what is it? She Hates Me or whatever.
Oh yeah. That's a good song.
That's a
That was
nice.
a big. That was always on the radio back then.
I'm not sure if that's. They must have censored the shit out of it.
Yeah, I forget how they got around that.
Yeah, I don't know. I always hated censored version of songs.
He just said she hates me instead of she. Can we
Yeah.
curse on here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Instead of she fucking hates me.
Yeah.
It just don't feel right. Don't sound the same.
No, it's like listen to the censored version of Down with the Sickness. Yeah, don't sound right.
Yeah. It cuts that whole last part out about his mom being
Yeah,
a bitch and all that.
You just get ready for it. It just skips. She's like, wait a minute. Come on. No, don't. Come on, man.
Yeah. Whenever I would show people that song, I was like, wait, here it comes, best part.
Yeah.
Get ready.
All right. I'm still trying to look up who was the drummer on Megadeth's Dystopia.
pretty sure it was him. I think his name's Chris Adler, and
Yeah.
it's a mystery, but he's not. He got kicked out of Lamb of God or he left Lamb of God. I don't know what the story behind that is.
Yeah.
I've heard he would.
Yeah, it was Chris Adler. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Wow, yeah, he died 2019. Oh wait, no.
Oh,
No, wait, no,
shit.
wait. That's
I was
Wikipedia.
about to say
Hold on.
what? I didn't know that. That's why he left.
Okay, he's still alive. Okay.
They make our heart races there, James.
No wonder he left Lamb of God.
Wow, he was with Lamb of God from 1994 to 2019.
Yeah, it's weird because his brother's still in the band. Are they not cool anymore?
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, the band's not really saying anything about it, so I know it had to be something bad.
I think he did something. I think he did something similar to what Gary Holt did for Slayer with Exodus. He just did an album with them or did some music with them.
Do you think Lamb of God didn't like it, so they said, "All right, well, see you later"?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not. I can do some research on it for next time. But
Nah, it's I looked into it. They pretty much they're keeping it secret, but
yeah. Well, they'll need to make something drama if people won't need to know about it.
yeah, definitely.
God, I know. It must have been a fucking pain in the ass for Gary Holt when he was full time with Slayer and Exodus at the same time. Like seriously, how many flights did he have to change to do concerts and shit?
Yeah, that's to make your time match up and all to be at both. Plus, I'm sure he had to learn. Well, he probably knew a lot of Slayer riffs, but you know when you actually get down to learning a full set, that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of work.
Well, he filled in for Jeff Hanneman back when he had the got bit by the brown recluse and he lost his playing in his left or right hand.
All right, so he did have experience with them then.
Yeah, he did some tours with him. I think it was 2011 back then, somewhere around there. I know
He's
Jeff.
pretty cool. I like.
Jeff passed away a few years after that, so
Yeah.
that was that was a musician who I wish was still alive right now, along with Dime. Like what shit could he still put out if all these people were still alive?
Yeah. Did you guys ever listen to Damage Plan?
Yeah. I got. I think I have the Newfound Power.
All right, they're good, but they don't have that Pantera
Yeah, they ain't got the
power.
fucking oomph of Pantera, but you know what? I'll still listen to it because of Dime and
Yeah.
Vinny. At least I'm not too big fan on the vocalist, but he's
Me
alright.
neither. Yeah, he's alright.
It's good
The
enough.
riffs, I don't like the riffs as much as I do in Pantera either. I don't know, they're not as groovy.
Yeah.
You know how Pantera has that groove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They always got that. You just can hear it without even fucking knowing the name or the band or what the fuck. You're just like, yep, that's Pantera. Yep, I know that
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's not overly distorted. It sounds clean but heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His Dime solos are very hard to replicate
Oh yeah,
because
they're not.
his are not like coordinated. They're more of a feeling how more of his
Yeah,
emotion into it than anything. Because someone is
it's
just
not
trying
just
to
random.
yeah, it's not just like well, I'm just gonna do this scale and that scale and everything. No, he just did it and went, especially when it came to the pinch harmonics and the bends and the vibratos and all that shit. It's just like
Oh yeah, I love the one he does in Walk, where it's like.
yeah, the echo or whatever the hell it is. Have you ever listened to or watched some of his like lost tapes or lessons or anything like that?
Yeah, he does a whole guitar clinic. You see
Yeah,
that one?
I think I've seen that one. And I've seen the other one where he talks about his the pinch harmonics and that echo from Walk.
All right, I think I might have seen that.
Yeah, he's like on stage in like Tokyo or some shit.
He was a badass.
Atlas, you're quiet, man. What good guitarists do you know of that we might know as well or not know?
One of my favorite guitar of all time, Eddie Van Halen's Frankenstein guitar, the original red and black and white one. I
That
love
is a sick guitar.
That is awesome. Yeah. That's
I mean, he made some of the best songs on there. Running with the Devil, Panama, for Teacher. Fuck, what was that other song? Oh,
I think it was a few albums on that song, with that guitar.
Don't they have a song called Eruption or something?
Yeah, that's that
Yeah,
completely solo song.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Another person that's hard to nail those riffs and solos. Like, seriously, Eddie Van Halen is same kind of emotion and vibe as Dimebag with the way he plays. Actually, I think he's one of the people that inspired Dime to keep playing or to play guitar in the first place.
That was Dimebag's hero.
Yeah, I think he was. Eddie Van Halen put the guitar he did, I think, on Van Halen 2. I think it was the yellow and black stripe one.
Yeah.
He buried he put it in Dime's casket when he was buried.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Kiss actually made the casket for Dime.
Yeah.
Did that?
Yeah, I always heard he was a huge Kiss fan.
Yeah. I to be honest, I could never get into Kiss. I really couldn't.
I tried. I can't either.
I don't know how it's such a big following. Maybe because their live shows are a lot better than their studio albums. I can't say anything. Probably better to see it live.
Both of y'all are missing out.
I think I'll just stick with Pantera. Yes.
I mean, I tried. I just can't. I don't know what it is. I just can't get into them.
God.
I'm not saying they're
270s.
Maybe.
No, I can't say they're 270s because I love listening to Led Zeppelin and they're straight up 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't know what it is. Some bands just don't strike you.
Yeah, maybe it's their tone and sound. I mean, to me, they can't compete with like AC/DC or fucking Led Zeppelin.
Who the hell can? AC/DC's been around for like 50 years.
They'll never stop.
No one will ever forget the tour that they had fucking Axl Rose do half of because was it Brian Johnson? What?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Brian Johnson had to step away for a few months because he was going to lose his hearing. So they asked Axl Rose to fill in for a part of the tour, and that was just horrible. That was horrible. They made it was so horrible that Brian Johnson had to come back early.
He was like, "What is this? What's going on?" They got videos of it on YouTube.
Yeah, I would love to see AC/DC live. That would be great.
What was the first band you guys remember hearing when you were a little kid? Like the first band ever?
Probably Guns N' Roses from a lot of Appetite for Destruction was played in my car when I was young.
Yeah. I just remember being a kid and November Rain would come on TV and I would freak out.
Yeah.
And then like them and Motley Crue were my earliest.
Oh yeah, Motley Crue, definitely. Definitely. They're
I don't know.
What?
Motley Crue needs to just retire now. They keep coming back, but
I thought they did retire. Did they come back?
Well, they right before this Corona shit, they announced like basically a hair metal tour with them, Poison, and some other bands.
Well, they need money. Those type of bands, they run out of money fast. They always.
Yeah, that's what it is. That is what it is. It's for the money.
Or they just don't know how to manage their lifestyle with the, fucking retirement. Can't live off the royalties or do anything else, man. Come on.
I know. It's not like they didn't make enough.
Tommy Lee's a drunk. Nick Mars is basically on his death. And I
we
think
can't.
he's sick.
Now we can't
Yeah,
talk
six-
about Motley Crue being like old and all that shit because you got the Rolling Stones that are still fucking touring.
That's true.
Fucking Mick Jagger and Keith Richards fucking up there like skeletons and shit.
They'll never stop.
It's like they're held together by voodoo and drugs. You know?
People
They're
used
so
to say,
old that they own Tyrannosaurus Rex. Is that right? They're
What?
so old they actually bred the Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's how old they were.
that's how old they are.
God.
They were riding carriages to the stage.
They were there when electricity was invented. Yeah.
Who do you like better, the Beatles or the Stones? I gotta say I like the Beatles better.
Man, I think it's a tie for me because I do like. I'm like I gotta go 50-50 on that one, but I think I would probably lean more towards the Stones. Do more
Yeah.
for what they sing about and their vocals. I mean,
They're a
Beatles are
little
alright.
more rocking.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like earlier or later Beatles stuff, or maybe
Yeah.
just when John Lennon went solo. I can't tell. Nah, it's quiet.
We're all just thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Paul McCartney.
that fucker's still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty nice dude for being so damn rich.
I heard he
Like-
had a little bit of an attitude. He was a little rude. Now
Not really.
Ringo though, I think he would be the best of the bunch to get to know and talk to. I think he'd be the nicest one.
Not really. What about, well, John Lennon's dead, but he was always my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
Wasn't Ringo a big movie star? Like I think he did movies.
I don't know. I don't really remember him being in any movies that I can recall other than the ones that were for the Beatles.
He was in a caveman one. He played a caveman.
He played a caveman.
What, on those commercials?
No, it was a movie. It was an actual real movie. I have it on DVD.
I believe it.
What's the name?
Literally just type in John Ringo cave or Ringo cave. You'll find it.
I don't know. I can't see Ringo Starr as a caveman. I just can't picture it.
I believe it.
Right.
I would have never thought it, but I believe it.
God.
You guys are gonna hate me, but one singer I like is Kid Rock, and don't ask. I guess because I grew up with him, but
I like a few songs by him, but there's not a lot. But I listen to a few songs. He's not that
Yeah.
bad.
he's not as bad as people make him sound.
Yeah, but sometimes that's maybe he just accepts whatever attention he can get, whether it's negative or positive. I don't think he gives a shit. Like whatever you hate
He's
me, you're
always-
still. If you hate me to hate my new shit, why are you listening to it then? Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood haters like that.
Yeah.
They'll go on someone's video that they hate just to comment some negative shit.
He's like, wait, you watched the whole thing? What do you? If you hate it, just
Yep.
stop. Come on, man.
Why are you giving me attention?
Fucking secretly enjoying it, you little bastard.
Name like a band or an artist that you like that you're a little embarrassed to admit. There's got to be something. Both of you.
You're really gonna make me do this, huh? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I said Kid Rock, and I know everybody hates him.
Hold
Limp
on.
Bizkit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who did he say?
Limp Biscuit.
I was listening to him last night.
I gotta admit, I don't think I've ever heard a Limp Bizkit song.
That song Nookie gets you hyped. And they did a good cover of Behind Blue Eyes.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's Limp Bizkit, the whole band gets the bad rap, or if it's just Fred Durst.
Just
Yeah.
Fred Durst.
Just Fred Durst. I
Just
think
Fred.
I don't-
No
I
one
don't
knows
think
who
they're.
the fuck the guitarists and drummers are. Nobody knows who the fuck those guys are. Just Fred Durst. He's the whole
Yeah,
band.
he's the face. I don't think
Uh,
their name helps either. Limp Bizkit. It's a horrible name.
I just hear Zach Wilde's voice. You know.
Hey, you can suck on big motherfucking cocks. You seen that video?
Yeah, I seen the video where he starts a song with Limp Bizkit sucks cock.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, damn, man, he looks. I would not mess with Zach Wild.
No,
He
no.
looks. He looks tough as. He looks like a pagan.
Well, Fred Durst did a song or a few tracks with Korn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were like buddies back in the day.
yeah. You got to do I think it's All in the Family. That's the song I listened to with Jonathan Davis and Fred Durst doing a little rap going.
Nah, they did like that rap rock thing.
Yeah, I mean, you had there was like, I just like the music in that one. It's just great. How it goes
Yeah,
back and forth, how Fred Durst is a little bit more on the rap side, and then you got the Korn fucking sound behind Jonathan Davis.
yeah. What's your embarrassing band? You're not squeezing out of this.
I can't. I'm trying to.
He was hoping
I'm
we
trying to think.
forgot.
No, no. I'm honest to God. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if I have any bands I'm embarrassed to say I listen to, but
oh shit.
Yeah, he's walking down the street playing Celine Dion, The
Actually, I
Power
like
of
Celine.
Love. So that song, The Power of Love, is amazing. Yeah, she could really sing.
I'm really trying to. You guys really got me thinking on this one because it's probably some songs I haven't listened to in a long, long fucking time. God.
Is it Sheryl Crow?
No.
I like that song she did with Kid Rock, Picture.
Yeah.
That's a drinking song.
Ah, fuck. Why can't I think? I'm not sure
I can actually
if it's something people hate or if it's just weird. Like it'll be out of the normal.
You're a Cher lover, aren't you?
No.
Or like something people wouldn't expect from you.
Ah, shit. All right. Fuck. All right.
It's Katy Perry's TGI Friday or something.
All right. Classical. I can listen to classical music.
Like Beethoven.
No, yeah, like symphonies. I can listen not just because I can't link it to Metallica. Not with any metal band or anything like that. Like literally either like John Williams, any the Star Wars themes, that kind of shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can sit there and listen to a symphony without like all right, I can listen to this shit.
Yeah, I can't. The guy at work does that.
I mean, I'm not saying I can, just get into it and just listen to it all day, but like sometimes you can sit there if it's good enough, you can like hear a story, or hear something, or like try and place a movie in there with that music. You're like, all right, this sounds all right.
Yeah, I could see how it would be like kind of like calming for your mood,
Yeah. So I mean,
like
metal,
relaxing.
heavy metal calms me, but whatever.
It calms my nerves.
Not like a Slayer song to wake up in the morning. Can't help that.
Well, really, I thought you listened to Foggy Mountain Breakdown, wherever you North Carolinians listen to.
Motherfucker. You know I'm from Pennsylvania. You know it.
Pennsylvania.
Now you're a chewing tobacco, spitting Mountain Dew bottle, drinking NASCAR, racing red.
All right. Now you sound like the rest of my friends.
Where were you born, James?
South Philly, man.
Oh, all right. You're
Yeah.
living in the country now, ain't you?
Oh, yeah. I love my yard,
Yeah.
I can leave in the middle of the night and come back into the parking spot, man.
Yeah. You don't gotta worry.
And I got to worry about all the attitudes and ignorant people walking around. Everyone's nice to you. I mean, I'm not used to it. I always think someone's going to try and fucking beat the shit out of me, whatever.
Do you still have family in Philly?
Yeah, I got some family in Philly. I mean,
I know your brother. Don't your brother still live here?
No, he's with me. He's with us. He still is with us.
Alright. I thought he worked at it. I
He
don't want
worked.
to say where he works on here. I thought he was at Geno's.
Yeah, he was. Until he moved.
Alright.
Yeah. Right now he's working. He was in the food industry, and then all this shit happened. You know, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck.
God knows when this is gonna end.
Who knows? Who knows?
I was gonna. What's that?
They're saying 1 year to the vaccine's out.
God.
1 year for a vaccine, but they're still treating it, so it's still treatable. So it's not like
Yeah,
the
but they actually they found some people who beaten the coronavirus. Now they're using their antibodies and mixing it with a vaccine.
Yeah, that's usually how you do it. It's either that or you get a lot of samples of the vaccine and do it in the lab, or you can just grab a shit ton of people who've already beat it. Go, hey, let me just take some blood from you.
We can test it on the homeless people in the big cities.
You're bad,
Hey,
man.
pay them. Pay them. Pay them to volunteer. Well,
Pay them
not
to
really
volunteer.
Volunteer? Hell no, for free. We take them back and forth. We shove the needle in their ass.
Well, this took a dark turn to the left. Like, seriously, what the fuck?
I'm just thinking of Anthrax for some reason. The band.
Yeah. I was thinking of the fucking weapon, the fucking poison. I did that to my family once. I opened up a bill. I'm like, oh shit, anthrax.
I remember that when that was a big thing back then.
I think I was too young for that.
Yeah, I was in like middle school.
I don't even know what year it was. So
Atlas, since you said you like country, do either of you know Chris Stapleton?
Yeah, I know Chris Stapleton. He did George Jones's song Tennessee Whiskey. He did a cover of it.
Really? I didn't know that was a cover.
Yeah, that's a cover.
I thought that was his song. I love that song.
He's got more of like a blues, like a black man blues rhythm to it.
Yeah, he's not totally country, but I love his voice.
I like David Allan Coe. I like the old stuff.
Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
Senior, junior, and the third.
Isn't the third a metal dude?
Yeah, he does country and metal and punk. He does 3 shows all rolled up in the.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wonder how he got into that.
Well, when your grandfather and father, one of the biggest country, if not the biggest country singers of all time, it's no brainer.
Well, I mean the metal thing. I wonder where that came from.
Grew up in the 70s and 80s,
Yeah. I gotta check some of his stuff out. Hank the Third.
I gotta look that shit up too. All right, well, I think it's about time to put a close on this one. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, until we somehow took a left turn and talked about the thing we're trying to get away from right now, but
it had to come up at least once. I don't even remember how it came up.
I blame Atlas.
It's unavoidable.
I'm just gonna throw everything that happens. If it takes a left turn or gets off track, I'm just gonna blame you, Atlas. Even if I did it, I'm just gonna. It's your fault.
It's my fault. Okay. It's my fault that the coronavirus is here. It's my fault the Chinese released it. It's my
All
fault.
right. Yeah, it's your fault. We get it. Stop gloating. Stop gloating. I know you're proud of it, but
Oh, you know I love you, James.
Yeah, it's no homo. All right.
No homo. It's all love.
Just for that, it's going to be full homo. Just because you said it.
Jesus Christ. All right. I'm glad I live far away then.
Full homo. Brokeback Mountain.
He's even got the fucking voice like that. Jesus Christ. Imagine hearing that in the dark alley, you know?
Stay away from them alleyways.
Yeah, I don't really have to worry about them no more. Just dark woods in my yard. You know?
That's even worse.
Atlas comes marching in my backyard. I got no trees in my yard, just a good long distance, and you just see a dark
You're-
figure walking up to my door. I'm like, God damn it.
That's too funny.
I have a wild imagination, and it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm trying not to imagine what would happen.
Nah,
I'm
don't.
trying to- yeah.
I don't want to imagine either. I don't even know why you said it.
Squealing like a pig. Get the KY jelly.
Oh my God.
Wrong turn. James is in wrong turn now.
Yeah, no, thank you, please. All right, on that weird fucking note, I'm gonna put this to a close. Thank you, Atlas and Ange, for participating in this.
Alright,
I don't know if we're gonna do this every week or every other week. I don't know. It's up to you guys. But I hope everyone listening enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, whatever the hell you gotta do. Get this thing spread throughout wherever you live, and hopefully it spreads faster than Corona. Who knows?
Yeah.
Don't forget to
That'd be
check
nice.
out the main podcast, which is I try to release it around Tuesday or Monday nights, and that's every week. This one may be bi-weekly or weekly, all depends. But thank you for listening. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks.
Good night.